meteorologist Rob Perillo.
Welcome back. Well, if you like today's weather, I think you're going to like tomorrow's forecast as well. Slightly better chance of storms, mainly eastern sections of Acadiana. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Plus, double trouble brewing in the tropics. Both systems could be heading for the Gulf of Mexico, but in what shape or form, we still have no clue at this point. But we'll try to ferret out some of the details coming up in just a bit. First off, though, let's look at that water vapor imagery. That tells the story on the sensible weather. That's what we call it, the day-to-day weather locally here. And we have that upper level trough that brought in a weak frontal boundary this weekend. That's moving out and weakening. Another one coming in that's probably going to enhance thunderstorms, especially over southeastern, eastern Louisiana tomorrow. And that's going to keep that generally a north wind going across the area. So relatively comfortable. Dew points today in the mid to upper 60s. I expect that again for tomorrow. And overnight lows lower 70s, highs lower 90s, which are a few degrees below what we should expect this time of year. No complaints. Just a hint that fall is almost in the air, but it's still weeks away for sure. Just some action over southeast Louisiana around Lake Pontchartrain into Mississippi this afternoon. And we see that on the satellite imagery as well. You can see the general flow in that upper level trough with the showers and storms moving from the southwest to the northeast, and the trough axis pretty much over Acadiana. So as you go farther north and west, your rain chances will be lower tomorrow or non-existent, and they'll be higher as you get into eastern Louisiana. Meanwhile, in the tropics, we have Hurricane Genevieve out here in the Pacific, down to a Cat 1 storm brushing Baja, Mexico, and then moving out to sea. Gulf of Mexico is nice and quiet. We have several systems out in the Atlantic, one coming off the African coastline. We're not overly concerned with that one, and we're not even going to talk about it for now. And then we have these two other systems, one in the mid-tropical Atlantic, one here in the central Caribbean. This one getting a little bit more organized, has a lot of deep tropical moisture with it, but no close circulation as of yet. Hurricane Hunter is likely to go out there tomorrow, and Hurricane Hunters also may go investigate this system as well. It's generally east of the easternmost portion of the Caribbean, but these islands are going to have to keep an eye on this system. So first up, we have 97L. That's Invest 97L, and then we have 98L. Hurricane Center giving both of these systems an excellent chance of developing into tropical depression. 97L, that's going to happen if it happens in the northwestern Caribbean. Then some room to intensify in the Gulf of Mexico. 98L, we're not too sure after it develops on what track it's going to take. Is it going to be north of the islands? Then Florida is going to be at risk. If it goes along the islands, then the system may fall apart. That's what the European model is saying. But if it goes south of the islands, then it could be trouble for our part of the Gulf of Mexico as well. So here's the tropical tracks, and they're not worth anything at this point because we don't have a developed system. But system number one could impact us in the form of increased moisture as we head into Monday. And then system number two coming in, and it's not out of the realm of possibility. We might have two tropical storms inside of 3 days somewhere in the Gulf of Mexico. Maybe one of them could be a hurricane, so we'll have to watch that closely. Here's the GFS model showing the moisture with 97L getting into the Gulf of Mexico and then heading toward Louisiana and the northern Gulf Coast. Here's 98L right on its heels, and hopefully we don't have any developments, but the bottom line, we got to raise the rain chances going into next week, and that tropical moisture is going to sit around for days, so the forecast in the 5 to 10 day period is on the wet side and unsettled for us. In the near term, not unsettled. Morning sun, afternoon clouds, and a few showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. You can see mainly over southeastern portions of Acadiana. So a quiet evening ahead, fair skies, and almost nice temperatures out there. 72 the low, 92 the high tomorrow. Your rain chance 20 to 30%, but a soft 20 to 30%, mainly eastern portions of Acadiana. Then down the road, we see rain chances beginning to ramp up late Sunday, and then really gets going as we go into next week. We'll see those rain chances 50, 60% for much of next week. So bottom line, rain chances going up, but more tropical trouble could be in the offing, Jim.
All right. Hopefully it's not too much trouble.
Right.
Thanks, Rob. And still